Scarborough's assertion that you said these things, is that true, or did you not say those things?
They are patently untrue. I never said that.
Okay.
Can I finish my answer?
No, it's actually my time, but you will be able to.
I thought you raised the question.
So the next question relates
answer
to Scarborough's second comment. It says, whereas the Reverend...
Since aspersions were cast on the witness will be permitted.
Now this is precious that Nadler jumps in to defend Sharpton. Anybody remember him jumping in to defend Lewinkowski? No. Go ahead.
Chairman, aspersions weren't cast. I asked
aspersions.
You asked, was it true that I said that?
I can't reclaim my time, Mr. Chairman.
Witness, you will have your time. The witness will be permitted to answer.
You asked me, was that true? And the answer is no, that was not true. And as you know, Mr. Scarborough and I work very closely together. He comes to National Action Network conventions. I think he's a great guy.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know Mr. Deliverance goes to National Action Convention Network conventions. Did you know that, Mr. Producer? Wow, that Joe Scarborough, boy. Anything for $1. Anything for $1. Anything for a TV show. What a skunk. Go ahead.
Other shows often.
Yeah, right. Cut 10, go.
Joe Scarborough then wrote, whereas the Reverend Al Sharpton has referred to members of the Jewish faith as white interlopers and diamond merchants. Have you ever referred to members of the Jewish faith as white interlopers or diamond merchants?
No, sir. I referred to one in Harlem, an individual who I didn't even know was Jewish, as an interloper, and said I should never refer to his race. I said that I was against those that were using apartheid diamonds. And when I did funeral in Crown Heights in 91, because we were boycotting Oppenheimer and those that were selling diamonds from apartheid South Africa. In the same sermon, I'm trying to now finish my answer, sir.
No,
am I allowed to finish my answer?
I'm allowed to.
No,
you asked a question and I'm answering.
Yeah, I got a few more.
And I have a few more answers.
I can't wait.
Well, apparently you do because you don't want me to answer.
No, I want to.
So since you raised it, let me finish.
And I
also
like to
talked about
questions.
snatching pocketbooks
by talking.
that are in the. I'm not
how this
filibustering. I'm answering your question.
Everyone will suspend, please.
Well, according to Nancy Pelosi, Mr. Sharpton should be held in contempt. Then and there, quote unquote. Mr. Sharpton should be held in contempt. He's disrupting a hearing. He's filibustering, you know. Gates only has 5 minutes. Where is Nancy Pelosi? Who cares? What do you think about that, friends? Pete Buttigieg is on MSNBC today. And you know, as each day goes by, I think to myself, is this a lousy nightmare we're living through? Are these people really this nuts? And the answer is it's not a nightmare, and they are this nuts. Here's Pete Buttigieg. Hat tip, right scoop, cut 11, go.
I actually think this is one of those moments that, like many moments in American history, really pivotal ones, like maybe the American Revolution itself, the struggle for civil rights. It may be that of all of the things we're doing right now, the thing we're going to be remembered for will boil down to where we were on this issue.
Climate change, he's talking about. We will be remembered for this because it looks like we're on the precipice of destroying our country because of the flat earthers. The flat earthers in the media, the flat earthers running for president. This clown is the mayor of a small town, relatively small town, in comparison to big towns. And he's the chief meteorologist of Indiana, apparently. All these morons running for president. Climate change. All these Marxist professors pushing climate change. All these dunces in the media pushing climate change. It's incredible. If I had 10 minutes with Chuck Todd to debate him over climate change, just 10 minutes, with, honest debate standards, he'd look like the fool that he looks like, with his 5th grade haircut. His Democrat wife would have to run out and give him mouth-to-mouth right there. And that is, breathe some some sense into him. Now, I want to circle back. I want to circle back to this Ukraine issue, which is a Joe Biden scandal of the worst kind. Joe Biden obstructed justice in the Ukraine, and on top of it, blackmailed that government. He obstructed justice in Ukraine and blackmailed that government. You either fire that prosecutor. He was really focused in on that prosecutor because that prosecutor was investigating his son and his son's business. Or we're going to withhold $1 billion in U.S. aid. Because in Joe Biden's view, that money belongs to him. And apparently Barack Obama, according to Joe, had no problem with it. There's a lot we need to look into here, don't you think, ladies and gentlemen? I think so. Here's the president today. Cut 12, go.
I always look for the conversation that's going to help the United States the most. That's very important.
Do you know the identity of the whistleblower? Do you know the identity?
I don't know the identity of the whistleblower. I just hear it's a partisan person, meaning it comes out from another party. But I don't have any idea. But I can say that it was a totally appropriate conversation. It was actually
Now let's just stop there. Have you ever heard a reporter inquire about an identity of a whistleblower that might harm a Democrat? No, of course not. And anyway, go ahead.
Conversation, and this is no different than, the press has had a very bad week with Justice Kavanaugh and all of those ridiculous charges and all of the mistakes made at the New York Times and other places. You've had a very bad week, and this will be better than all of them. This is another one. So keep playing it up, because you're going to look really bad when it falls. I guess I'm about 22-0, and I'll keep it that way.
Joe Biden during the conversation.
I don't want to talk about
What
any
if he did
conversation.
mention Joe Biden during the conversation, you idiot, in the press? Why isn't the press pursuing it? Well, we know the answer, but I still say. We have audio and video of Joe Biden obstructing justice in the Ukraine, confessing to it. What does Philly Bump over there think at the Washington Compost? That's really his name, Phil Bump, sorry. What does Philly Bump over there think? Over there at the Washington Compost. Philly, what do you think? Excuse me, my name is Philip. No, it's Philly. We call you Philly. Or where is the, Maggie, what's her name, over at the New York Slimes? Where is she? Haberman. Maggie! Mommy's calling. Anyway, where is she? Nowhere. Speaking of Joe the Schmo Scarborough, Mr. Deliverance, where is he? Well, he's in Jupiter, Florida, pretending. I mean, they have a backdrop of like the Washington Monument, the Capitol, and the White House. They want you to believe they're in Washington, D.C. Look, I don't care if they broadcast from Jupiter. Just tell the truth. They can't tell the truth. They don't know the truth. I'll be right back.
Much